These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hello, Megan Thompson with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. And we do start with an ABC15 update on Arizona's alleged fake electors case. It is now heading back to a grand jury after a Maricopa County Superior Court judge says prosecutors didn't present a key piece of evidence. The case stems from 2020 when a group of Republicans were accused of trying to overturn Arizona's election results by designating their own electors. We know most of the defendants in the case are also trying to get their charges dismissed under Arizona's anti-SLAPP law. It protects people from lawsuits that are intended to silence or intimidate them for exercising their First Amendment rights. The case, of course, is far from over. You can count on ABC 15 to continue following up. Advocating for tribal nations and Native American communities. Today, state representatives Walt Blackman and Teresa Martinez are taking action to address the alarming rates of violence against Indigenous people. The lawmakers are calling for state and federal action, including better cooperation between agencies and more funding for tribal law enforcement. This comes as authorities continue to search for leads in the Emily Pike case after the San Carlos Apache teen was found killed near Globe back in February. Well, tariffs have stolen the show when it comes to anything regarding politics and the economy. ABC 15 even tracking the impact on local businesses right here in our state. But now tariffs are also becoming popular in advertising. Scripps News Group Stephanie Liebergen has more on how brands have been turning the tariff headlines into a marketing opportunity.
While many businesses are reeling from the uncertainty of tariffs, companies from auto dealers to underwear brands are making the import tax a part of their sales pitch.
I think companies are realizing they have to address the elephant in the room one way or the other. They have to talk about tariffs.
Deidre Popovich is an associate professor of marketing at Texas Tech University. She said not only is urgency a tried and true marketing tactic, but economic uncertainty is driving brands to connect with consumers in new ways.
I can't think of anything that's been so politically motivated that's driving marketing messages like we're seeing now with tariffs.
From urgency and price transparency to patriotism, brands are deploying different tactics depending on how they want to frame their product and connect with customers. Bare Necessities, a lingerie and swimsuit brand, pushed a pre-tariff sale via text message, while clothing brand Universal Standard offered sales on items already in their warehouse. Burlap and Barrel, a spice company, turned their annual spring sale into a tariff sale. It was so successful, they thanked their customers for, quote, putting gas in their tanks to keep them in business.
I think companies are trying to connect with consumers on that emotional level. So sending that message, we're all in this together.
But are they all actually sales? Well, that depends.
The sales may just be the normal price of the product, but in anticipation of costs going up in the future, it feels like it can be positioned as a sale.
Companies like Ford and Metro Mattress are using tariffs to promote patriotic, made in the USA messaging.
It's a commitment.
But not everyone is using tariffs to offer discounts. Adidas, Walmart, and Mattel are warning customers of price hikes. Stephanie Liebergen, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Some good news for travelers as we look toward the holiday weekend. ADOT says there will be no freeway closures or major construction projects this Memorial Day. However, AAA expects record travel, so be prepared anyway for backups, especially between the valley and the high country. Those overnight lane restrictions on the 17 will wrap up on Friday morning.
With your most accurate forecast on this Tuesday, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. We'll be heating up today and the rest of the week leading up to temperatures exceeding 100 degrees through Memorial Day weekend. Now, for this morning, we'll keep temperatures in the mid-70s through 8 o'clock. By midday, we're already in the lower 90s. And for this afternoon, we are calling for a high of 99 degrees, just shy of 100. Across the rest of the state today, we'll keep highs in the 70s for areas like the south rim of the Grand Canyon, Flagstaff, here you'll be at 72 and 73 down the road in Show Low. Wonder Rock will be at 71, but across the lower deserts this afternoon, those highs will stay in the upper 90s to even lower 100s for places like Quartzsite and at Yuma too. And it gets even hotter the rest of the week. For tomorrow, we're forecasting our first 105-degree day of the year and hotter on Thursday with a high of 106. Your 7-day forecast showing temperatures cooling down somewhat for the holiday weekend, but staying above 100. Meanwhile, in Flagstaff, we'll keep those highs in the 70s near 80 by Thursday, with overnight lows staying in the 30s to lower 40s.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download that free ABC 15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.